I'm going to offer up a little prayer. I just want to say thank you, Creator. Thank you to all our relatives. Thank you to all of you for being here. We ask that you're watched over, that we're guided and protected by that light from our ancestors and that strength. And so we say thank you to creation. Thank you to the four-leggeds, to the two-leggeds, to the swimmers, to the crawlers, to the flyers, Mother Earth, Father Sky, Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon. Please, all of creation, be with us today. Give us strength. Guide Robert today as he goes through and does this brave thing and leads us all. So let us all find the strength to stand behind and stand beside and uplift him as he goes through this.
As a friend under the two-row wampum agreement, I'm here today to address their concerns of me having an illegal cannabis store. They've put an arrest warrant out for me, but that's an illegal warrant that they put for me. So I'm coming as their friend to straighten this out and see if they make me surrender myself. If they do, there's a warrant here. So if they make me surrender and comply to their conditions, then they're breaking the international agreement that we hold with them and in breach of federal law. So we're going in to see what they say.
Just from my experiences across the country now, I've had to confront a lot of local police who decided that they don't want First Nations as part of the economy of this country. And most of them are on land that they've never paid for. The European Caucasoid people have never paid for the lands. And we have treaty and constitutional obligations on the part of our occupiers that allow us to open stores anywhere, sell any product, and as well we have the right to whatever wealth we create. And there's two royal proclamations to attest to this. And probably the important thing is that we are not Canadians. The occupiers, the European Caucasoids, are living on our soil and they're engorging themselves on our resources. Just look at how wealthy they are compared to our people. That's the problem that they created.
We can't even open a store on their properties without paying for their intervention and their molestation of us and hindrance of us, which is against the treaty. The treaty says that we will be able to operate businesses without molestation or hindrance. 1794 Treaty Amity Navigation and Commerce, the international treaty that set up international law. That's the one. I pledged my allegiance to the Constitution of the Haudenosaunee in 1995. That means that I swore, just like a Canadian swears to obey the laws of Canada, I swore to obey the laws of the Haudenosaunee government. And these are the laws that we're going in there today to assert. Because those laws hold up, and they are the legal laws of this land. The bully laws are the laws that we're trying to rescind. And they've been in place for 175 years. They're not moving easily, even though we have a Supreme Court of Canada decision already made on this. The White Montour case has already been heard and ruled on. I saw you on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm also another person that's been affected by raids as well.
Right.
So
Yeah, they
heard
heard
and
you
I
too.
came to support as well.
Awesome. Tell us your story.
Hey, my name's Jesse Dokeys First Nations. I opened up a store down on Lakeshore on Browns Line, Toronto. We were operating just for about a year, and they finally cracked down just as we're about to open up another location. And we really took a big hit. They got one store plus fully loaded for another store plus the inventory. So we lost about $100,000 in one day. Just like that, lost everything. And now we can't reopen because the landlords are really iffy about what they should do or what the procedure is. And you know what, we don't know either. So I'm trying to provide for my family. I'm trying to show them that we have Indigenous rights. And if we don't support and come together like this, then how are we supposed to move forward and do this? So sadly to say, this is the life that we're living, but these are the fights and these are the people, and we need more people to come together and fight.
you're representing this gentleman if it goes to court. I was going into my last year of residential school.
Were you really?
I was going into my last year of residential school.
Yeah.
Tortured these Caucasoids of gaming.
Yeah.
Did somebody call you about it, or were you just?
The Belleville police came to my house and told me that Officer Scot Green had put an arrest warrant out for me.
Okay.
So I called my lawyer, he phoned Scot Green and negotiated for me to come in.
Okay.
So, but I'm not here as an indicator of your warrant. Your warrant holds no power over me. I am a First Nation person, sovereign First Nation person with a two-row wampum agreement is why I'm here, because you pulled on that friendship agreement.
He's not a
Asking me
Canadian.
to come. I'm not a Canadian citizen. Picking the whole riot going, the warrant is an illegal act against a federally mandated court case.
And it violates the Constitution of Canada. I'm a constitutional expert.
He's my legal representative.
I've won every case so far, just like this.
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
Okay, well, that doesn't bother me one bit.
Good,
So,
good.
I'm glad you're confident in your ability, but
Oh, yeah.
the bottom line is, sir, if there is an arrest warrant for you, we have to action that. We can't get rid of it here. We can only get rid of in court at a first appearance. Okay? So that's the bottom line.
So here's the thing to the bottom line. Is that it's been heard in the Supreme Court of Canada that Aboriginal customary law is the bottom line. So let me tell you the bottom line. I'm here as your friend under the two-row. I'm here as your friend under the two-row.
I appreciate that. I want to remain friends.
Yeah, let's remain friends.
Last thing we want is for this to get any worse for any of us.
Well, what's the worst? There's no worse
So
about
what
it.
I'm saying is, if one of our sergeants conducted an investigation and formed reasonable and probable grounds that led to an arrest warrant for you, me and my people in the station here do not have the ability to just say, no, that warrant's no good.
So what are we
That's
gonna
what
do
courts
about that?
do, That's when you
Yeah,
get.
so what are we gonna do about that today?
Well, this is what we're looking into, okay? Because as you can see, this isn't an everyday occurrence. Please turn that off in our facility.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Fisher?
Yeah,
It's Scot Green. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Good. Okay, so I've been talking with some of the officers that are there today, and I just wanted to fill you in a little bit about what's going on from our side, okay?
All right.
All right, so I understand that it's a very complex issue at this time. Our position, and we've sought legal advice, is that we are going to continue to enforce the Cannabis Act as written until a decision has been made. So our position is, so right now, you're at the police station. We are not looking to take you into custody. We would technically arrest you and release you with what's called an undertaking, with some conditions that.
Okay.
Okay, so the conditions we'd be looking for is you wouldn't be allowed to associate with any of the co-accused. The other condition is that you wouldn't be allowed at 29 King Street East, the My Legacy location. That you're not updating that. If you do all of those things, it should be a paperwork issued to you at the front.
You're breaking up, Scott.
I'm sorry about that. Where I am, the reception's terrible. What was the last thing you heard me say?
If we can follow those conditions, but I didn't hear all of the conditions. I heard the first two.
Yes, and the last condition would be that you would have to notify your change of address.
All right.
Okay? And if you agree to those things, it's as simple as getting a piece of paper with a court date and a fingerprint date. And then the other, I don't know if you want to call it advantage, but since you intend to argue this before the courts, one of the things you need to establish is standing before the courts. And by being before the courts on these charges, you would establish standing.
Yeah. So
I understand this is going to be a complex argument, and
it's already been heard in the Superior Court of Canada. That's why it's so complex. And it's been heard against my people in particular, against the Mohawk people.
You're breaking up for me as well, sir.
Eh?
You're breaking up for me as well, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got my face right at the phone here.
Are you still in the front lobby?
I am.
Okay, maybe I'll call the front desk and ask them to just hand the phone over to you, and then I'm speaking to you on the landline, and it might be a little easier.
All right.
Actually, I can hear you okay now.
Yeah, okay. Let's just continue talking.
So, the last thing you said was the Superior Court of Canada, or Supreme Court of Canada?
Yeah, it's already been heard. The White Montour decision was put down in the Superior Court last month, and it's put down in favor of the Mohawk Nation. That we have an existing treaty right that has to be heard. And that's already heard in the Supreme Court. Eh?
Can you hear me now?
I hear you, yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. Sorry. So, you were saying about the Supreme Court of Canada.
Yeah, it's already been heard there. Last month it was tried and heard and in favor of Mohawk Nation. I've left the documents here at the front desk for you guys to read them. So there's a copy here for you when you come in.
I'm going to call the front desk and see if they're able to pass the phone over to you because I'm having trouble hearing you, okay?
All right.
Okay, just stand by.
All right.
Yeah, he can't get. His phone is it must be in a remote place because he's fading in and out.
So he's gonna call the landline and have you guys hand it over to me. Yeah, it was already heard. The decision came down last month, and it's ruled in favor of the First Nations people. That rule was with respect to an economy off the land, the right to an economy, and the economy they were talking about was tobacco. Yes. Right. So anyway, my lawyer and you have already talked, correct? Yeah. So you guys are already up to date with what's going on. Yeah, now, can I agree to those conditions under duress? That's the legal loophole.
I think it is
Yeah, and that can be a legal argument that you can put forward to a judge. I understand that, and I'm not saying it's not going to be resolved. I'm saying I sign under duress and sign my signature. Yeah, to tell me how I'm feeling, only I can be the one to tell you that. It's just for you to accept it. That's how I feel. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. He just said that it's up to a courtroom to decide what's under duress. But I made sure that they understand I'm signing it under duress. Yes.
So my officer's gonna release document, okay? So you're gonna be, but obviously because you already been arrested, we have to advise you your rights to counsel. Okay? We would like to do that in private because that's way, because this involves, it doesn't involve your support system.
We can do it right here.
Okay?
Yeah, we can do it
There's
right
also an interview room right over there. I give you my word, as long as you agree to attend court and abide by the conditions, you're gonna be out of here in 10 minutes.
here. Okay, so I can do it right here.
Why don't we do it over there?
Why do you want to get me into that private room where you can lock me out?
Well,
I'm telling you, you're not getting locked up.
you don't mind if I attend with them.
All right, all right.
I can attend with them. Yeah.
Come on.
You don't mind if I attend with them.
Gentlemen, as your legal representation, civic use, I'm agreeable to that, but we don't need the entire audience. It's your story to tell.
Got a lot of free time, that's why I'm here, you know.
Not ours. Okay, fair enough. So I'll leave it off for when we get done.
I'm going in with them.
I'm just making sure they understand we're signing under duress. Because I'm here. Under duress.